Hello, followers of the Fumbally Cafe's mailing list. How are you doing? My name is Harry. I used to work as a chef in the kitchen for a couple of years, but now I make peanut butter. But this isn't about that. Don't forget to pick up some of this when you're in the Fumbally shop. This is about the fact that we can't do dinner on Wednesday. But what we have been able to put together is a video of items that you can get in the shop. Mancini pasta, which is like beautiful bronze cut spaghetti. Tomatoes. Always use cherry tomatoes for this dish. A head of beautiful garlic. Parmigiano Reggiano. And then some pecorino sardo. If you don't have one or the other, each one is fine. Buffalo ricotta from West Cork. Some very good quality olive oil, which is a significant quantity of the overall dish. And then we got a bottle of wine, which they gave me because I'm making this video. And then we got some fresh basil as well. In order to make what is Fumbally's favourite dinner at the moment. We make it all the time, and it's one of those things where it's greater than the sum of its parts, and it's super easy. So let's do it. Anyways, it's called Spaghettino. If we were being strict about it, it's pasta al pomodoro. If you were to look up a recipe for Spaghettino, you wouldn't get anything. That just means little spaghetti. But if you look up pasta al pomodoro, you get a recipe, but it won't be as good as this one. We're gonna start. I actually haven't used this thing in a couple of years, so I don't know how to use it. I have a pan like this, but it doesn't need to be like that. Basically what you're looking for is any kind of a low, wide pan. Actually, like your biggest frying pan. Your biggest frying pan is good. That will be a good size as well, just a big non-stick pan. What you're looking for is like surface area, because what we're trying to do is to simmer the sauce, but keep everything intact. Get the olive oil into the pan, which is already at like a medium heat. I'm going to turn a little bit lower actually for myself. And then you just pour. There's quite a lot of oil that goes into it at the start, but that's, it's good. So, the next thing we do, is this recording? Yeah, that's good. You know what garlic looks like. Just going to smash it. We're not chopping it up or anything, we're leaving it nice and whole, because it's going to caramelize. This is actually a little bit too hot. I can see it's not caramel. So, that's mine. Pieces of garlic, broken up. And so then, I'm putting that in. This garlic burns easily, don't burn it, is the simple thing there. That's all the chopping that we have to do, that's it. I'm only going to do a portion for 2 people, so I'm just going to use 1 tin of cherry tomatoes. I'm going to get them open. I lied about the amount of chopping we have to do. A little bit of chopping to do. And it's that we want to chop the basil stalks up. So you can see now that this is like sizzling away. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Well, I don't know if you can see that actually, but... And then what I'm doing now is just taking the leaves off the basil, because they'll go into the sauce at the end. And then I'm just going to chop these up. So basically what we're going to do is when the garlic is at the right colour, then I'm going to put in these basil stalks, and then it's going to spatter a bit. But then we put in some chili, which burns so quickly. So you just put it in for a second, and then straight on top of it goes the tomatoes. So that's the only thing, is that we're working at a little bit of speed at this point. So like the room smells like toasted garlic now. What? I don't know what I said there. Okay, so I'm going to say that these are at the stage of doneness, right? Our basil stalks in. I'm just going to let those cook out just a little bit. And then chili goes in, a pinch and a half, which is going to be spicy enough, to be honest. And then straight on top of that goes your cherry tomatoes. Can you see? No. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to simmer this away at like a pretty decent pace. So what we're trying to do is, because the cherry tomatoes are whole, and they're kind of suspended in like the watery goodness, and then we're trying to do is like to cook down that wateriness but keep the wholeness of the cherry tomatoes. That's why like tins of tomatoes with pulp, they will work, they just won't be as delicious, because at the end result of this thing, when we're tossing the pasta through it, you're going to have these like nice like the balls of like really, really like umami rich, salty, kind of delicious cherry tomato, right? It will spatter, like just use a often wipe up your kitchen at the end of it. It's like not hard. I'm going to let that simmer away at this speed. For about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come back to you when that's ready. Actually, I'm going to come back to you a little bit earlier because we should put on a pot of boiling water first. One important thing to remember when you're working with pasta is to season the water like super heavily. So we want it salty like the sea. So this is nearly but not quite ready. You can see that we've got the whole tomatoes they're still in good nick. They're still pretty like integral, and it's the other stuff around them that's simmering away and reducing down. We can actually bring it to the point where it kind of burns around the edges a little bit. So in fact, that's what we're going to do. We want to have these nice little crispy burnt bits.
Don't forget to pick up some of this when you're in the Fumbally shop.
Okay, so the pasta water has come to the boil. I'm doing 2 portions, so I'm going to cook half the packet. Over there, and then you know how to do this. So we're just doing it together anyway, and then that goes on top, like that, comme ça. And then I'm going to hit it with some fresh basil. This bit's optional. Everything else is absolutely a must until this point. Boil over. Anyways, I'm going to add some of this ricotta. 1 big spoon. Just you wait until this is eaten. Or at least salt. Let's do the pecorino. And also some nice Parmigiano. I'm just cutting the nose. Pecorino is kind of like a paler yellow color. I mean, it's the sheep's cheese. You use a lot for cacio e pepe. That's going to be enough for the 2 of us. I would say this is done. Here you go. So, drain it. And then pasta goes in on top. And so this has got the fresh basil in it. It's got the ricotta. And we're just going to dress the whole thing. I want to put in some of this Parmesan and Pecorino. And we'll let that melt in. This is off the heat completely now, by the way. So we just got to skid it. Put some beautiful pasta in it. Just, and you can see that it's got like this beautiful, rich red colour, the whole thing. And it's so fucking good. Excuse my language. A thing that anybody can cook. So, and it is just, I mean, the feedback that you get from this is unbelievable. Like, people are always absolutely bananas about it. So I'm going to put some extra cheese on top. I'm going to drizzle some more olive oil on top. Look. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Beautiful. And there you have it. This is spaghettino, made by Gu D'Alfonso, made famous by Luca D'Alfonso, eaten by absolutely everybody in the Fumbally Cafe. So I'd say, sorry that we can't be there for you this Wednesday, but please do give this a try and let us know if you tried, because we want to know. Bye!